Hello and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am Anne Pochen. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is for that part of my channel where we talk about business, and I'm going to be giving you 10 ideas, okay? 10 business and investment opportunities that you can do in Cameroon, okay? And I've got my notes here, so if I'm looking down, it just means I'm looking at my notes, okay? Now number one is tea production business, okay? In Cameroon is known for the massive cultivation of some of the finest teas in the world. If you are looking for a business to do in Cameroon, then you should consider starting your own tea production company. The truth is that if your tea is well packaged, you can sell it beyond the borders of Cameroon. Tea happens to be one of the most exported cash crops from Cameroon, so you can either sell your tea, grow your tea and produce your tea for Cameroonians, okay, like people within Cameroon, your community within Cameroon, or you can even export it to other countries, other African countries or European countries or Asian countries, okay, and so on and so forth. Just make sure that your tea is well packaged, okay. Number two, so if I was in Cameroon, this is the one that I'd go for, because I actually have a agricultural business company that does, products like tea, mint tea, herb, seasoning herbs and vegetables, and eventually we're gonna go into fruits. It's just that at the moment we do indoors. So if you haven't followed my page already, A.H.P food store, go and follow it on Instagram and also on Facebook for more agricultural content. And that is it. Number two is livestock farming business. Livestock farming is another very lucrative business that an entrepreneur can start in Cameroon, despite the fact that your major market will be the indigenous community where your livestock farm is located, but it's still profitable. It's still a profitable business. As a matter of fact, most livestock farms are found in the rural communities in Cameroon, and it requires cheap labor to run this kind of business, okay? So again, this kind of business will be like for the village areas, okay, within Cameroon, and it requires only cheap labor, so you don't have to have like loads of money to run this kind of business, but it's still lucrative, okay. And the third one is food processing company. The economy of Cameroon is still a growing economy, and there are loads of industries that are still at the infancy stage, and food processing industry is one of them, okay. So it's at the beginning stage, yeah. And the truth is that it is cheaper to get raw materials for food processing companies in Cameroon. The only challenge that industries faces in Cameroon is the challenge of electrical power. So you need electricity. That's the only challenge that they have. They don't really have a good electrical power system in Cameroon, okay. But if you are able to generate your own electrical power to power your factory, then food processing business is a way to go in Cameroon. Aside from getting cheap raw materials, you will also get cheap labors, okay. So you are able to get, cheap raw materials, things like your crops, basically, like depending on what you are actually processing, things like your juice, things like yogurt, things like seasonings, maybe things, different package like processed food, okay. So you're able to do that, and also the labor is not expensive, okay. So you're able to hire people at a reasonable price, okay, pay them at reasonable wage, okay. just make sure that you have the electrical power. So I would say go for like a generator or go for a solar system. Okay, have a solar system in place where you're able to just use the sun to, what's it called, to recharge your electricity system. Okay. Number four, transport business. Transportation is one major challenge in Cameroon. The country is still grappling with the disorganization in the transport sector. Okay, so it's very disorganized, and if you're an organized person, this would be the business for you because you're able to run it effectively. Um, any investor who can come up with creativity in the transport sector in Cameroon is sure to make good returns in on his or her investment. It is fact that connecting the rural communities with the urban communities can be very difficult. So connecting the villages to cities or and towns is very difficult. So if you're able to do that, you'll be able to make back your money basically on this business. Okay, hence anyone who can come up with a solution will sure make good cash. Okay, so number five is plastic production company. Okay, Cameroon is one of the major exporters of rubber in Africa, but they still lack enough manufacturing industries that make use of rubber as their raw materials. If you have a solid financial base, so if your financial base is good, um, you can consider investing in a manufacturing business. There are several products and components that can be produced with rubber. All you need to do is to conduct your feasibility studies, basically your market research. How feasible is it in Cameroon? Okay, to run it, and then discover the products that is in high demand. So once you've done your market research, you know the products that is in high demand that is needed like throughout Cameroon. Okay, and then you're able to produce that through your manufacturing company. For example, things like cups, okay, things like plates, plastic cups, plastic plates, plastic forks, plastic knives, trays, things like plastic tables, plastic chairs, plastic parts for cars, mannequins for the fashion industry, and most plastic materials that would be needed, okay, to create plastic. You can manufacture it. Okay. Number six is licensed football agency. Okay. Um, if you are conversant with African football, you might realize that Cameroon is considered a leading football nation in Africa. That is true. They're actually in the World Cup, and whenever there is World Cup, guess who I support? If Brazil is out and England is out, I support Cameroon. Okay, so um, the truth is that there are many young talented footballers in Cameroon who are looking towards plying their trade overseas, especially in Europe. So they want to go to Europe to pursue their football careers. Okay, so all you need to do is to leverage on this is to acquire your FIFA agent license badge. Okay, and then negotiate to help European clubs scout for young talents in Cameroon. It is indeed a very rewarding business because it is based on commission, and you stand the chance of making good cash from one successful player. So as long as you find good players for overseas, for countries that are looking for football players, then you are able to make a good amount of money. Okay, number seven is a sport shop. Cameroonians are known to love sports and they patronize sports shops a lot. All you need to do is rent a shop in a good location, and then make sure you stock it with the jersey of popular clubs in Europe and also other sports wear like football, lawn tennis, boxing gloves, cricket bats, basketball, javelins, etc. So make sure that you stock your sports shop with sports equipment and sports wear. Okay, so even if you get like even shorts, football shorts, and all of this kind of stuff, and other equipments, okay, for football, you will be able to make back your money because they lack sports in Cameroon. Okay, number 8 is outdoor catering services. Okay, if you are a caterer and you live in Cameroon, then you should consider starting your own outdoor catering services. Outdoor catering services offer catering services to people who are organizing parties or any event that will need feeding. It could be a tea party, buffet, or a cocktail party. So you can offer your services to anybody who's organizing an event or a party and needs food, okay, food and drinks, okay, and make sure that obviously like you meet all the requirements and all of that. Okay, number 9, public address and party rental services. Another viable and profitable business an entrepreneur can start in Cameroon is public address and party rental services. Okay, party address and party rental services includes renting public address gadgets like loudspeakers, okay, microphones, chairs, tables, canopies, etc. Okay, so these things that are needed for parties, yeah, um, those are the products to have. Okay, and this kind of business needs moderate capital, so it needs a medium, like it doesn't need a lot of capital, but it just needs quite a bit. Okay, quite a lot, quite it doesn't need a lot of money to start. Okay, you just need a medium amount of money, reasonable amount of money. Okay, as long as you can get all your materials and you can get a place where you can put your to store your equipments and your products and stuff like that for the business, then you're able to do it. You can, even if you have a big house, you can actually use your, like maybe a garage in your house or a room in your house or a storage area within your house and store your equipments and your products. Okay, um basically the areas you will spend money is in the purchase of the stuffs you will put up for rent, and also a facility or open field that will be used as a store. Okay, number 10, supply and general merchandise business. Okay, supply and general merchandise is one business that someone can establish and make instant wealth, especially when you land a government contract. If you live in Cameroon, you will agree that loads of contractors flock around government offices to look for contracts. All you need to do um all you need to do to get started with this type of business is to register your own company with the government of Cameroon, and then source for government contracts. Okay, so that is it, guys. So if you have any questions to do with business in general, whether you're in Cameroon or outside of Cameroon, feel free to put it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to respond to your question. And if it's too personal for the comment section, feel free to send me a Facebook, Instagram, or even a Twitter DM, and I'll be able to respond to you accordingly. And what else? Other than that, that is it. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the business opportunity and investment opportunities that I've shared on this video. It can be just business in general. Let me know. Okay, I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.